That's awesome. So when did you actually get your first like big event or speaking engagement, like with an organization?
Uh, you know, I would say I started writing I started writing my blog posts in like 2013. Um, Now that was like 8 to 9 years after my suicide attempt. I started writing my blog, so it took me a long time. I think a lot of these stories sometimes are like romanticized, and I love to keep it real. Like it wasn't
Yes,
like, oh
that's
man, I
good.
changed my mind. I just so in 2013 I started writing, and then 2 years after that, I was offered a book deal in 2015. I wrote my first book, Making Work Work, that was released in 2016. And shortly after my first book came out, people are like, hey, like, I really enjoy your book. Would you be interested in possibly speaking and sharing? I was like, okay, sure. And then the question, like, so what's your fee? Fee? Like, people get paid for this? Like, I have no idea. That sounds really strange. Like, and I'll never forget, I threw out the largest number I could throw out because took me off guard. I was like, yeah, I'll speak for $1,500. And there was like this pause on the other end of the phone. I was like, oh my God, I screwed it up. I screwed it up. Why did I do it? I should have said like $200. I was like, and 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 then she broke this awkward silence by saying something that really kind of changed my life. She's like, well, Shola, that's a very modest fee. I was
Mm.
like, it is? Like, that's a lot of $1,500, a lot of money. I don't know what you're talking about, but I mean, kept that thought to myself. It's like, well, what if you're really wanting to speak for a living, you have a book that's done very well. At minimum, you should be charging $5,000. Like $5,000 to speak
Wow.
for what? What? And she's like, yeah, so we're gonna do this again. I'm gonna ask you how much your fee is, and then you're gonna respond by saying $5,000. Okay? It was so
Wow.
sweet of her to do that. She could have easily fleeced me and like, shut, sounds good.